Like, what would you say motivates you?
What motivates me most is my family, like generational wealth for them. I don't want them to grow up like I grew up. I want things to be different for them than it was for me. And that's why I wrote the book, actually, so I can give them a head start. So they ain't not just thinking that, they gotta just go through this system of same schooling and if they come from me, I'm sure maybe my sons are not just like me, but they're similar to me. Their gifts will be similar coming through my DNA as it came before me. So just trying to make sure that they're in position to be successful in the future, even when the kids that ain't even born yet. That is really what I'm passionate. That's what I live for. That's what I'm passionate to do. So that's what's spearheaded the book. And at a time when I was writing the book, I was just thinking like, it has to be now. Like I have to come home and I have to be ready. I have to be prepared. When I was in there, it was like full focus. Like never before. Me and my wife, we started the construction company in there. And I met a guy, Mr. Webb. I speak about him in the book. And he taught me construction. So I was like studying it relentlessly. Like he telling me everything about construction. I'm trying to gather the correlation between, because I'm a visual learner. Okay. I learn more on a visual. If you show me something visually and you show me how to do it with my hands, I will never forget it. I always remember
once
it.
You learn it,
So I learned that way. So I was trying to get the visual of what he was teaching me with the construction, but I can only go so far as what I learned from the real estate with the construction, with the things that I had to
That makes sense.
So it was kind of hard at first for me to learn that way, but I fought tooth and nail to learn it, and I did learn it, and there's a lot of things that I learned back then that is just coming to fruition now, so it helped a lot.
That makes sense. Like you had been given the information like foundationally back then, but you really weren't in situations to need to apply it until.
And at the times I had real estate, I had properties, and how I met him, we ended up I went to a program. He had a real estate program. And like I said, learning is number one, like learning and then teaching, because I got to learn first before I'm able to teach something.
Yeah.
So like I told you earlier, if you can't teach it to a 5-year-old, then you don't really know it yourself. You need to study a little bit more so you can understand it, so you can break it down to somebody that's a 5-year-old, maybe a 5-year-old. So he's like, I go to the program and he's talking about construction. So I'm like, man, this is not real estate. Like this is something different, you know what I mean? And then afterwards, I'm like, man, we're going to get to the class. Thinking, I heard you talking about construction, but we're going to be talking about real estate. He's like, we are talking about real estate. I'm like, man, I know, real estate, construction. I know, that you need to fix the real estate and all that, but that's not real estate. Like I'm dealing into real estate. That's not real estate. He's like, if you don't know construction, you don't know real estate. And I got offended because I thought I knew, what I was talking about, because I've been studying and learning the things on real estate. So he started speaking the language. And that's the language is like the jargon for real estate. Like he was using the real estate jargon and he was speaking it well. And that instantly made me listen to him again. Then he started explaining to me why construction, you can't know real estate without construction. It's the truth. I mean, if you can't walk into I'm at an advantage if we can walk into a house and when we walk out, I already know how much it's going to cost to fix it. Versus you walking into the house and you're just using the comps from the area or the things, your real estate teachings, you're not able to see the full picture of what it's really going to cost. And then I know what it's going to cost. And then by me knowing construction, I know how to cut costs.
Okay.
I can see things that they can't see. I know things that's wrong that they don't know is wrong. See, when you add construction into things, it gives you a different set of eyes when you walk into properties.
Okay.
So that's what he was trying to explain. And that gave me an unfair advantage. That right there is regardless of real estate, you got to have someone build it.
Yeah.
You know,
Or
someone built it.
Yeah.
And somebody got to maintain it. Somebody got to fix the roof and the roof will go bad. So it's like, go hand in hand. If you're into real estate, then you're going to need construction. So I'm into real estate. Now I got a construction company that goes hand in hand together.
That makes perfect sense because somebody's got to pay for that. Like you said, yeah, somebody has to pay for that. And if you're going to be the person that's making that initial investment, that's good information to know.
Well, let me backtrack a little. So I have to bring my wife in there because there was a time like where she like, because all the books I got, everything the correspondence, everything is back and forth through me and her. So the things that I'm learning, she's learning. The things that she's learning, I'm learning. She's teaching me, I'm teaching her. You know, we don't come from backgrounds of real estate and success. We come from backgrounds of drugs and poor and, you know, but love. There was always love there. So that's, you know, that was the engine that kept us going, you know what I mean? And that's the love is the reason why we was able to recognize one another when we seen each other. So, you know, we met when I was locked up. And it was like, before I even seen her, I knew that she was special. I knew that I was in love with her, actually, before I even seen her. So, I mean, I didn't want to admit that, but I can admit it now because we're 10 years strong here, you know. But I loved her already. And I remember it was so fast that everybody thought we was tripping, you know, and we just knew, you know. And I was telling her my goals financially. And we used to always say that our marriage was going to be something that changes things and the world changes generations. And that's that's one of the goals. That's been my passion. What drives me, that's one of the things that motivates me is, you know, I got her. So it's like cheating. It's like cheating because I have a partner to be in a place like two places at once, to represent me somewhere else in the same capacity when I'm not there.
Yeah.
You know, and then same vice versa.
You got that full trust that if you need something done somewhere else, it's like you're there.
Exactly. So things get done quickly. So, you know, a lot of people see me come home and they see me elevate fast, but it's her watering the garden, it's her helping pushing me up. You know, it's her. You know, so she's just always been that foundation. And like, now it's to the point now, it's like we are one. Like if you rip one of us apart, if you ripped us apart, we wouldn't last long. You know, it's like that because we won now. So we, you know, we have our ups and downs just like anyone else. But at the same time, you know, I'm thankful for her. You know, she's someone that, you know, without her, I'll be a couple years behind. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, I'll be a couple years behind. I will still get there because my drive. See, everything rests in self first. See, I can be no one. I couldn't be a good husband to her if I wasn't knowing who I am, knowing where I'm going, if I wasn't able to provide for her financially if need be. You know, and she wouldn't be able to have her crown if she wouldn't be able to hold it down without me if need be. You see, so she's able to. So we hold her crowns. We walk with our crowns highly, you know, and we try, and sometimes we gotta adjust them. Sometimes we gotta adjust our crowns because there's times where we go off track, you know, and then we hold each other accountable, adjust each other's crowns, and we get back on track. And when I was away, she was always able to adjust my crown. And they try to knock it off. she's bringing it. She see it. She picking it up,
She's
putting it right back. She putting it right back up on there, shining it up real good for me. Put an emerald in there for me, so I'm looking real nice and royalty, you know. So she's always there to make sure I got that strength, you know. And that's where I get it from. What would you say?
I said that's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, because that is a beautiful thing, and because it doesn't come around to everyone, and I'm just happy I was able to take advantage. Well, it does come around. People just got to be aware, pay attention,
and open to it.
Yeah, they got to pay attention to who's in front of them, you know. And from that point, you know, when I came home, she already had the construction company running. Mm-hmm. Things was going, you know, we had like 2-3 workers. From that point, we ended up wrapping the vehicles. We went after the marketing plan, just like the things you're going to be learning on the podcast. Those things that we're going to be teaching from A to Z. Just going to be able to teach you how to form a company from the starting the LLC process all the way starting to getting your accounting and getting on a plan for your 2-year plan for success, because everything takes 2 years. Like, you can't get nothing from the bank without 2 years, credit scores, 2 years, tax returns. So they want to, you know, dig back and try to pay attention to what you've been doing for the last 2 years. So that's really the starting point. From the starting point of the LLC, it'll be the very first day onto your 2-year mark. And there's other things in between, and there's things we're going to be teaching how to get to those points, making sure you're ready to go to the bank, making sure your debt to income ratio is together, understanding what a debt to income ratio is, understanding the complex words that they try to twist around, we're going to make them really, really easy for people to understand.
Yeah.
So understand that this is not a hard process. It's really an easy process, especially when I already went through the hard part already, you know, doing it first. So now it's easy. You follow these steps, it's seamless. Yeah. You know, so we got a lot of things. We're going to have a lot of guests, people coming in here, being able to talk to us and help us along the way that specialize in those areas. So I'm really excited.
Is there anybody that you're wanting to talk with first?
I mean, you know, probably my wife. I mean, that's who I would love to talk with first.
Yes, I'm so glad you said that, because that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be nice for us to, you know, kick off this first together, you know, because, you know, the things that I know she know and the things she know I know, and we feed off each other. We walk into a room and we are just, like I said, the angels is watching me and her as well. We walk into a room, we command the room at times, and then I'll be wondering how we did it, but that's how we did it. You know what I mean? There'll be people guiding us, helping us along the way. As long as you're doing the right thing, the right things come out, the right words come out, the right energy comes out for people to receive. You know, everything just lines up perfectly when you got your best intentions walking forward, you know. And when me and her together, we have our best intentions. Anytime I try to go off straight, she got something to say. So, you know, she don't care if I'm going to complain and cry about us having something to say. She's just going to say it, you know. So hold me accountable. I hold her accountable. And so she would probably be my first guest. It would be epic.
Yeah, y'all got a great partnership. Mm-hmm. And I think because when I was reading the book, I did notice that you do make reference to her a lot. And that makes sense even from what she's told me. So I was like, it'd be interesting to hear you guys go through the concepts together too.
Yeah. You know, I also have many strong people around me as well. As long as my wife, you know, it's like our friends and family that's around us is strong. They, you know, they trust in us, they believe in us. And, you know, we had to earn that. It wasn't always like that, you know, not at least on my side of the family. It's not always like that. I had to earn it, you know, and she probably earned hers early. Y'all was That's your family.
Yeah.
Y'all, the family dynamics that y'all have, I'm so happy to be a part of that family, because the family that it's like everyone has the same love. And then my wife, she got that love on both sides. So even though she's been through the rocky roads, that love, like I said, that love was still there, you know, even on my side. The love was always there, you know. It's not like I wasn't loved. I was loved dearly. You know, all my aunts, uncles, everything, they always stood up. When my mom, my mom died at birth, they stood in. And every woman in the community, anybody always trying to step in. And when they heard that I lost my mom at birth, it's like I can see the switch happen with them. Like they're trying to feel some type of void anywhere they can feel it. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciated that, you know, because I could see that and recognize what they was doing once they found out that. So that's really tough. And then with the father figures as well, I lost my father as well. I lost both parents early. So, you know, the men in my life, they stood up and made sure that I was, you know, hey, listen, you won't have to, it's different. It's different for you. It's not like you have an opportunity to come home and sit back and figure out what you're going to do. No, you need to figure out where you're going to stay, how you're going to pay for where you're going to stay. You got to figure out what you're going to eat, how you're going to pay for what you're going to eat. Then you got to figure out clothes you're going to wear, all that. And then you got to figure out the same thing for your children. So it was like, man, you know, ain't too much figuring. I gotta figure it out quick.
Yeah.
Because all this stuff is due next month, and so you know, it was always a rocky road, but it's smoothing out now, and I wanted the road to be smoother for the ones that's just now starting this journey.
Yeah.
Before they even get on that road. Don't even take that way. We paved the way over here. We paved the way over here. So tune in and listen to what we have to say if you want to go through these smooth roads, you know. So
learn from my mistakes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because that's important. A lot of us don't really have those people who paved the way that we can go to and be like, look, I'm going through this, and this. Like, what did you do? What would be helpful? Like, what information do you have?
Yeah, I'm gonna close with this. Like, the main thing that I think that people don't understand is that I understand that everyone makes money. Everyone gets money. Everyone finds a time where they have money. It's not the question of, I'm not trying to teach you how to make money.
Right.
I'm trying to teach you what to do with the money when you make it. What do you do when it comes in? What do you do next? How do you keep it? How do you make it grow on its own? How do you make it grow without you working for it to grow?
Yeah, putting your money to work.
Exactly. So those are.
And I think a lot of people nowadays, a lot of them are trying to teach you how to make money,
which your talent should make money.
Yeah, but it's like they make it seem as though they have all the answers to the problems that you have, and this is the way you're going to solve it versus personal. You know what I'm saying? Like personalizing it to the person. Like here is the things that I've done.
Yeah.
Find the correlation in your life. Here's also the language, because that's important when you're talking about going into different environments. Yeah, because you
need to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
If you can't understand the language, you get dropped off in China and you don't know Chinese. You
have a hard time getting around.
You're going to have a hard time getting people to help you too.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really hard when you don't know the language, you know, and you can't be of help to others if you don't know the language, because they can't tell you what they need from you.
Exactly.
You know, so it's important to know the language of anything, any jargon, anything that any field that you're in.
Any field, literally. And also, but of people. I think people from different backgrounds and things also speak not that we all don't speak English, but sometimes their English might be a little different than your English.
Yeah. And then people try to speak jargon over your head. People try to speak tough terms over your head. And if you don't understand what those terms is, you don't know if they're just saying a bunch of BS or if they were actually saying things that's going to benefit you, you know?
Yeah. And so, for me, because I know there are a lot of things that I'm still learning especially when it comes to finance and real estate, but there are things I've always had an interest in, but I've never really taken the time to like deep dive into those topics. So there's a lot of language and jargon that I'm probably not super
we're about to be learning a lot of it together because I'm going to be hitting it with the definitions.
So I'm like, I got some resources to study from, but I know that like there's a lot there. There's a lot of information.
It is.
So
and easy. It's a lot of easy things to do for us. Like things just simple. You know, it doesn't really take much but thinking. It doesn't take hard work. It just takes thinking power, you know, brain power to accomplish a lot of these financial goals.
I'm excited to hear more about it because I know that this is going to be useful for so many people.
Yeah, and our kids.
Yeah.
They'll be able to look back on this and this will be recorded.
Oh, listen.
And this will be, you know, our great kids and things we're doing right now is making history. So this is history in the making.
Literally.
And we're going to take it as far as we can take it till we can't take it no more.
Making our mark in time.
Yeah. Let the kids carry it from there.
Wow. Yeah. Legacy. I think they call that legacy building.